Hello everybody and welcome to MBHL On the Ball, the show with all your video highlight needs. I'm your host, Matthew LaFleur-Harewood. Following in the footsteps of the last episode, we continue with a series of games featuring the future stars of the Adult League. We have 2 under-9 games and 3 under-12 games to cover. Let's get her going. Our first game from the U9 League sees the Cobras facing off with the Giants. The Cobras are second in the league with 5 wins, 4 losses, and 2 ties, and are coming off a victory in their last game. The Giants sit last in the 4-team league with just 3 wins in 11 games and were mercied 9-0 in their last outing. The Cobras hold a 2-0-1 record against the Giants so far this season, with the tie coming in their last meeting. We join in with the Giants leading 2-1. Bo Danfus breaks in alone against Marcus Gomez, but the Cobras goalie sticks with him all the way down and gets a paddle on it. A great save that deserves a second look. 10 minutes into the first period, Giants can't clear the zone. Nicholas Labropoulos' shot gets tipped by Connor Rosa Bernardin into his own net, fooling his goalie, Josh Elkin. An unfortunate play for the young gun. Fast forward to just under 6 minutes remaining in the first, a terrible turnover deep in the Cobras zone gives Danfus another chance up close, but Gomez blocks it with his head. I guess you can call that save, using your head. Still in the first, Labropoulos leads another attack, this time a 1-on-2. He battles through both defenders and gets a good shot off, but Elkin kicks out the pad. Before the end of the first, Rosa Bernardin uses his speed to break by the last line of defense and goes in alone on Gomez, but the netminder sticks out the right pad to deny him the goal. A great save to keep it 2-2. Now in the second, more of the same from Rosa Bernardin and Gomez. The Giants attacker steps around his defender and tries to beat Gomez short side, but he can't lift it above his pad. Just another brilliant save from Gomez. Following a penalty call, Labropoulos gets a chance on a penalty shot. He comes in with speed, slows down, and goes from backhand to forehand to beat Elkin, giving the Cobras the 3-2 lead. Later in the second period, the Giants get a penalty shot of their own. Justin Biazem comes in slowly, trying to get Gomez to bite, but the goalkeeper comes out and hits him with a poke check, forcing a bad shot. Rosa Bernardin gets another crack at Gomez around the midway mark of the period. Using his slick stick handling, he gets around everyone for a breakaway. He cuts into his backhand and gets it just over the goalie's shoulder to tie the game at 3. The game ends in a 3-3 tie. With the tie, the Giants remain last in the league, missing a chance to tie the Storm in 3rd place. The Cobras also remain in their 2nd place position. Labropoulos and Rosa Bernardin each had 2 goals for their team, with Jeremy Barbeau for Cobras and Kian Sabapathy rounding up the scores. The second game on the docket, also from the U9 League, has Storm going head-to-head with Warriors. Storm are ranked 3rd in the 4-team league with a 5-6 record, sitting only 4 points behind the first-place Warriors, who have a 6-3-2 record this season. Storm have won 4 in a row, while the Warriors have dropped 3 straight. Warriors will look to avenge a 5-3 loss to Storm from their last meeting. We start this game in the Warrior zone. Luca Martineau stops the clearing attempt, dangles around 2 players, and sees his shot hit Alex Gagné in front of the net, almost beating his own goalie. The ball just misses the far post. Now heading back the other way, Maxime Fortier leads a 3-on-2 into the Storm zone. He fights his way into the slot, but his shot lacks a little power, and George Rodriguez-Lanakis makes the easy save. A few moments later, David Segal leads a 2-on-1 rush with Justin Leo. Segal hands off to Leo, but the young forward can't beat Noah Venturelli. Now back in the Storm zone, the Warriors do a good job forechecking, keeping the ball in the zone. Fortier ends up with the ball and hands it off to Zach Diddley-Ledoux, who beats Lanakis with a one-timer. The Warriors lead 1-0. With 3 minutes remaining in the first period, Etienne Gagné steals the ball in the neutral zone and attacks up the boards. He uses the D as a screen, but Venturelli makes the save. On the ensuing face-off, Storm win it back to the point where Martineau winds up a slap shot that Venturelli tracks down and stops with his blocker. Back at the other end, Patrick Fournier breaks down the right side boards. He speeds by his defender and breaks into the slot, but can't beat Lanakis. Warriors are then awarded a penalty shot which will be taken by Fournier. He comes in gingerly down the middle, sidesteps, but can't get Lanakis to bite. Still 1-0 Warriors. With less than 30 seconds remaining, Martineau goes to work. A beautiful end-to-end rush to tie the game up at 1. 8 seconds into the second period, Dibley Ledoux leads a 3-on-3 rush. He passes off to Pat Fournier, who does a dirty dangle around 1D before beating the Storm goalie with a glove side wrister. Warriors regain the lead. Storm get a chance late in the game when they're given a penalty shot. John Paratharis is the shooter. He goes backhand forehand and has Venturelli at his mercy, but misses wide. Warriors would hold on for the 2-1 win. With the victory, Warriors finish first overall and will face the Giants in the semifinals. Storm will face the second place Cobras in the other semis. It was a great goalie duel in this matchup. Venturelli faced 18 shots, stopping 17, while Inakis faced 19, stopping 17. For our third game, we shift over to the U12 League where Scorpions Jr. battle Mini Plows. Scorpions Jr. are 5th in the standings with 4 wins and 7 losses and have lost 3 of their last 5 games. Mini Plows are doing a bit better with 4 wins, 6 losses, and 1 tie, good for 4th place, but have 2 losses in their last 3 games since beating Scorpions Jr. 7-6. The teams have split the season series with 1 win each. We start this game off in Mini Plows zone. Unable to clear the zone, Mike LeBeau's backhand lands on Finn Armstrong's stick in the slot. His shot hits the defender in front and beats Alexandre Rousseau. 1-0 Scorpions Jr. Back in Mini Plows zone, André Crétu does a great defensive play to break up the attack. Xavier Chalouis picks up the ball and is off to the races. Surrounded by 3 players, he gets by all 3 and unloads a wrist shot that Matthew Sinclair easily turns aside. With 1 minute remaining in the first period, Jake Legault finds Armstrong at the face-off circle. He steps around his defender and moves a forehand shot behind Rousseau to give the Scorpion Jr. 2-0 lead. Nice move. Now in the second period, Felix Noel leads a 3-on-2 rush into the zone. He dishes off to his brother Justin, who immediately gives it back for the beautiful tap-in goal. The lead is cut in half. Just under 10 minutes gone in the second, Legault feeds Armstrong, who is very patient with the ball, before picking his shot and beating the Mini Plows goalie for the 3rd time, completing the hat-trick. Moments later, Legault is at the center of another Scorpions Jr. attack. This time, he cuts through 2 defenders and goes blocker side on Rousseau, but the goalie denies him with a great save. A reactionary save to keep it 2-goal game. The barrage of shots directed at Rousseau has the goalie exhausted, but still ready to compete. On the following face-off, Ryan Plouffe controls the ball in the corner before finding Noah Smallwood at the side of the net, but Rousseau stresses out, denying Smallwood a sure goal. What a performance this young goalie is putting on. With less than 5 minutes remaining, Armstrong and Legault strike again. This time, Armstrong feeds Legault for the partial break, who beats Rousseau with a wicked wrister to make it 4-1. Sinclair wasn't very busy in the game for Scorpions Jr., but when he was asked to make the save, he was up to the task with saves like this one on Guillaume Loisel. Matt McGee would add 2 more goals for Scorpions Jr., who end up winning the game 6-1. With the win, Scorpions Jr. jumped to 4th place, bumping Mini Plows down to 5th. Armstrong finished the game with 3 goals and 2 assists, while Legault finished with 1 goal and 3 assists. Rousseau was outstanding in nets for Mini Plows, having faced 34 shots in the game. Sinclair faced just 9 all game. The 4th game, also from the U12 League, finds the Braves squaring off with the Royals. The Braves are at the top of the standings with 9 wins in 11 games this season and have won 2 in a row, outscoring their opponents 18-2. The Royals are in 3rd place with 7 wins and 4 losses and are 3-2 in their last 5 games. The Braves have won both games so far this season against the Royals, 9-2 and 7-3. We start off with the Braves putting on pressure in the Royal zone. Mark Farcou gets the ball in the corner and sends it into the slot. Rocco Voltaggio picks it up and risks a good low shot that Dave Mancini stops and covers up. A good shot that could have gone in. On the ensuing faceoff, Ben Abekasis gets a golden chance in front, but can't beat Mancini. With the score 1-0 Royals and with 10 minutes gone in the period, from his own blue line, Ben Adis cuts around 2 defenders and breaks in alone on Nathan Ramachandran, beating him for the 2nd time in 4 minutes. Braves look to strike back moments later. Applying great pressure in the offensive zone, Royals cough up the ball multiple times, leading to a great scoring chance for James Stengel up close, but Mancini makes the save. Later in the period, Braves win an offensive zone faceoff, but Mancini gloves down the wrist shot from the circle, ending the threat. Braves keep pushing for the first goal late in the first. Attacking on the short 3-on-1, Stengel finds Voltaggio, who bats the pass out of the air, but once again, Mancini turns it away. Great hand-eye by Voltaggio on the play. Now in the second period, and with the score 4-0 Royals on goals by Dylan Lloyd and Dante Rozzi, Adis uses his speed to beat everyone and his slick hands to beat Ramachandran top corner. It's now 5-0 Royals. Royals keep attacking the Braves' net. This time though, Ramachandran makes a big save against Rozzi in the slot. Moments later, still in the attacking zone, the Braves netminder makes the first save against Ben Perez, but relies on Ryan Campbell's quick reflexes to clear the ball after the rebound squeezes by him. A close call for the Braves on the play. In the dying moments of the game, Josh Lazar grabs the ball off a face-off win in the neutral zone and attacks the Braves zone. The young forward sticks with the play after losing the handle up close and buries his shot while falling to the ground. The Royals end up winning this one, 6-0. Despite the loss, the Braves finished the season atop the standings with a 9-2 record. The Royals will either finish second or third depending on the outcome of the Gladiators Dragons game. Ben Adis finished the game with 4 points, including the hat trick. Without the regular goalie Leo Hatch, Braves put in a player-turned goalie, Ramachandran, who's played well, facing 22 shots in the game. Our last game and third from the U12 League has Gladiators going up against Dragons. Gladiators sit in the basement of the standings with only 1 win in 11 games this season, having now dropped 8 in a row. Dragons are in second place, 3 points behind the Braves, and have a 3-1-1 record in their last 5 games. Gladiators have their only win of the season against the Dragons and hope to repeat today. We start this game off with a battle in the neutral zone. The ball pops out to Will Matson, who breaks in alone on Ben Dibley-Ledoux. Dibley-Ledoux makes the first save, but Matson stuffs in the rebound for the 1-0 Gladiator lead. Dragons would respond with 10 minutes remaining in the first. Zach Richard picks up the ball in the corner and finds Miles King all alone, beating Logan Kelton 5-0 to tie the game at 1-1. Matson is back on the attack moments later. He cuts between 2 defensemen but rings a shot off the crossbar. Back at the other end, Richard gains speed in the neutral zone and breaks in on the far side boards, but he too sees his shot hit the crossbar and out. Now in the second, with the score tied at 2, Nathan Ohayon gets the pass from Jonathan Bourdage, gets by 1 defender, and roofs his shot past Dibley-Ledoux to give the Gladiators their 3rd lead of the game. Just 30 seconds later, Richard breaks down the same wing he did in the first period, but this time, his shot gets by Kelton and the crossbar to tie the game back at 3. On the ensuing faceoff, Richard is allowed to walk in untouched all the way into the slot and beats Kelton with a nice glove side wrist shot. Dragons have their first lead of the game. On the power play, Denver Danfus wins the faceoff and beats the goalie with a quick wrist shot. 4-4 game. Cameron Verners would score for the Dragons, making it 5-4 before accepting a pass in the slot for the easy tap-in and his 2nd goal of the game. It's the first 2-goal lead of the game. The Dragons would add 2 more goals to make it 8-4. On the face-off following the 8th goal, Danfus takes it in, cuts between everyone, and sends a wrister glove side to make it 8-5. Just 2 minutes later, Matson and Danfus break into the zone. Danfus trips while taking a shot, but gets the ball to Matson, who scores on Dibley-Ledoux, who was out of position. It's now 8-6. That's as close as the Gladiators would get, with the Dragons scoring 2 more to finally win it, 10-6. The Gladiators end the season with just 1 win, while the Dragons reclaim 2nd place with 8 wins, 3 losses, and 1 tie. Richard had an incredible 8-point performance, including 5 goals. Dragons get a bye into the semifinals, while the Gladiators face off with the Royals in the quarters. And now, for the highlight of the night. For that, we go back to our 2nd game between the Warriors and Storm. Luca Martineau goes end-to-end, beating not 1, not 2, not even 3 or 4, but 5 opposing players before beating Noah Venturelli. What a deserving goal to be called the highlight of the night. That's it for another episode of On the Ball. It's really great to see all the upcoming talent that will be highlighting the MBHL for years to come. Follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. Until the next time, have yourselves a good one.